Data labeling is the biggest pain for AI industry because for most entrepreneurs or engineers, managing a data labeling project could be a new domain of knowledge that we don't have experience with. Hello everyone, my name is Peter, the founder of Awakening Vector. Today, I'm going to walk you through the process and the roadmap of managing a labeling project. So if you don't have experience, you should definitely watch this video to get yourself familiar with the process. If you have or are currently managing a labeling project, you could also watch this video to improve your process. Generally speaking, the roadmap of a labeling project could be divided into 3 stages: the vendor selection stage, the instruction calibration stage, and the mass production stage. The first 2 stages should cost you 2 weeks per stage, whereas the last stage will last until the end of your project. In this video, I have broken down the first stage into multiple steps and give you some guidelines on what to do for each step. I will also do the same thing for the other 2 stages in the next video. Before I dive into more details on each step, let me just give you an overview for the first stage, vendor selection. I've broken down this stage into 6 steps, namely internal preparation, before first call, during first call, sample labeling, sample delivery, and the vendor comparison. As you can see, under each step, I've also listed out what you should do as an AI team, what you should expect from the vendor, and most importantly, what are the things both teams need to work together. Now, let's take a look at each step. Step 1, internal preparation. At this stage, you need to get 3 things ready. The first one is labeling instruction. The instruction doesn't have to be perfect at this stage. However, it has to at least be sufficient enough for vendors to conduct some sample labeling. The second thing is the sample data. It's better to use real project data, but if you don't have it yet, you could try to find a similar open source data online. The third thing is approval of sharing from your client or compliance department, especially if your data involves sensitive information such as faces or license plates. Step 2, before first call. In this step, the AI team would normally reach out to 3 to 5 vendors from online research and sign NDA with each of them. After signing NDA, the AI team should start sharing instruction documents and sample data that were prepared in the last step. As for the labeling team, their job is to go through the instructions and the sample data, and their goal is to compile a list of questions to be discussed and further clarified during the first call. In this step, aside from doing introduction on both sides, there are 3 major points please remember to discuss, namely data sharing channel, communication channel, and a pricing model. For data sharing channel, you could use Google Drive, S3, or vendor hosted service. For communication channel, it could be Slack, MS Teams, or simply email. For pricing model, it could be either pay by label or pay by headcount. If you're not familiar with the pricing models, you could refer to episode 2 of this series for more information. Other than these, this is also a good opportunity to do some Q&A regarding the instruction. Step 4, sample labeling. During this step, the vendor's job is to start training according to the instruction of their teams and conduct the labeling. It would normally take a few days. If there are new cases not covered by the instruction, they would normally come back to the AI team for more clarification. Step 5 is data delivery. This is straightforward. Step 6, vendor comparison. I've made an entire video on this in episode 3. I won't talk too much about this. You could take a look at the video for more details. But generally speaking, you want to look at not just the price, but also other components such as quality of work, quality of service, data security, and the scalability. So that was everything for this episode. This is only the first stage of managing a labeling project. I will cover the other 2 stages in the next video. Please stay tuned. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to know more about data annotation, please leave your comments or add me on LinkedIn. I'm more than happy to answer them. If you like the PowerPoints, you can use the link below to download it. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends.